Not had jelly babies for a while. Oh, so sorry. How rude of me. Would you like a jelly baby? Would you like a jelly baby? Hello, Whovians, and welcome to my latest Doctor Who review. Sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. Where today we talk about The Pirate Planet, the second story of the 16th season of Doctor Who, starring Tom Baker. Alright, so, yes, I finally, after a long time, decided to bring back some jelly babies in my review, so apologies, but they are rather good, aren't they? Okay, the basic plot of this story is as follows. The Doctor and Romana learn the second segment of the key to time is on the planet Califrax. Yet they arrive on a planet called Zanuck, which has been hollowed out and fitted with hyperspace engines, allowing its insane half-robot captain to materialise it around smaller planets and plunder their resources. There we go. That's essentially the basic premise of the Pirate Planet. Okay, the Pirate Planet. So, this is a good story. I like this one. It's a lot of fun. It's got some very interesting ideas. Like, I like the idea that they're sort of like futuristic space pirates, and they are basically exploiting other planets, stealing other planets, and crushing them right down and stealing their resources, and that's why the planet is so wealthy. And I think that's a pretty interesting idea. It kind of says a lot about the themes of extortion and, money laundering and theft, all of those great things. But it's nice to see it reflected in a Doctor Who story. And I think, the concept is really good. This story is definitely played more for laughs. It is more comedic than, say, some other stories. I mean, like the Rebus operation, I think this is also quite a comedic story. The pirate captain is hilarious in the story. He is played by Bruce Purchase. He's basically this half cyborg, half man. Well, sorry, a cyborg. He's a cyborg, but he's like a space pirate. He doesn't talk with a pirate accent. He's not like that. He talks in a normal voice, but normal voice. I say sort of a normal English accent. But he is quite over the top, deliciously over the top. There are times maybe you could accuse him of being slightly hammy, but I still think he's fun to watch, and he definitely is probably the funniest character in the story. And he has his assistant, Mr. Fabuli, who is this he's the kind of sort of Weasley man. He talks with a bit of a stutter. He's very afraid of the captain. I like the way he characterizes his character, the way he's always afraid of the captain. He's just this little weasel, but he's just doing his job, and I thought he was quite amusing as well. Tom Baker is the Doctor. I mean, once again, Tom Baker never fails to deliver. He is still enjoying this part, 5 seasons in, and he's got it. He is the Doctor. There's nothing else to say. He's just great in this story. He's very funny, and I like the fact that there's more jelly babies in this story. Yay! When the Doctor is tricking the guards into getting the vehicle craft, and he throws bags of jelly babies out to to deceive them, and that's really funny. I like that. And Romana steals the jelly babies, and then he's like, "Where did you get those?" And then she's, "The same place you do, your pocket." So that was quite funny. Mary Tamm as Romana, yes, she's also very good. I like her in this story. She's proving to be... she has a bit more to do in this story, I think, which helps, and she's proving to be a bit more of an equal to the Doctor. Like, there are times when she kind of verges on kind of outwitting the Doctor and outspeaking the Doctor at certain points, and then she's like, "Oh no, I'm just trying to assist you, Doctor. Yeah, that's it." And he doesn't quite like that. Someone stealing his thunder, and I like that. It's kind of a battle of wits. The Doctor was always trying to prove how clever he is and how smart he is, and he wants Romana to look up to him. I mean, the Doctor is a narcissist, but in a lovable sort of way. The other side characters, we've got Balaton. Balaton, yeah, played by Ralph Michael. He's very good. Pralix, David Silby. Yep, very good, very good. And of course, Kemus, played by David Warwick. Mueller, played by Preemie Townsend. Yeah, no, they're all very good. I like them very much. There is a sort of secondary villain in the story that comes in right at the end. Turns out the woman who we think is the assistant of the captain is actually using the captain and kind of managing the captain. I did feel like it got kind of confusing when they added her in. She's actually a new projection of the old woman. And I didn't quite understand why they did that. I would have rather just had the captain be the central villain. It seemed a bit pointless to kind of introduce a new villain, and it just kind of made the story a little bit unnecessarily complicated. Like, I mean, fair enough. I mean, have the idea of the projections. That was quite a clever twist, and there is a twist. there is a twist when the Doctor is seemingly fallen off a plank, and then he actually appears right next to them. But turns out that was his projection that fell off, and of course the Doctor is trying to destroy the other villain. I can't remember her name. If it is Mueller, then I apologise. I'm sorry. It was a bit unclear to me. I was struggling to keep up with that one. I mean, she's actually a projection, but he can't erase her because her molecular structure is nearly complete. So she's almost a finished copy. So yeah, and even then, she's not really a copy. She is a new body. So, but I don't know. That was a little confusing to me. I didn't quite understand how she could be a new version of the old woman. That just didn't really make sense, and why they brought her in the last part of the story. I mean, she was in the first 3 parts, but she was very much in the background. So yeah, it to me, it just made the whole thing a little confusing towards the end. But despite the confusion in certain parts, this story is a lot of fun, and it is very funny. I just see it as kind of a comedy. It's sort of a fun romp, and it's a much better pirate story than the Space Pirates and the Smugglers, I can tell you that. The Mentiads, yes, the Mentiads, who are like these seemingly villains, but they're actually people that have been they're actually just like the people of the town that have been turned into these things. Again, there were parts of this story were a little confusing. I didn't understand who they were really, so maybe, I mean, I was trying to pay attention and watch this story, but that part kind of slipped over me. I didn't quite understand who they were. If someone could in the comments confirm who they were, that would be helpful. I know who they were. Sorry, if someone could say what their purpose was and why they were the way they were. Because at the beginning of the story, there's this guy who who's very ill, and he's sort of spazzing out, and he's turning into one of these Mentiad creatures. And it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. So there are parts of this story that are a little confusing. I think they could have tried to explain it a bit better. I do like the production design. The sets are really good, and it's good to see how wealthy this planet is. I mean, there's diamonds on the floor as well, which are just sort of left over from all the resources they've got. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun, and it does add to the key to time aspect of the story as well. Towards the end, they do go into that, so that's quite interesting. And also K9 is in the story. John Leeson as K9. Yeah, K9's good. He gets a lot to do, which is nice. And yeah, there's not much to say. I think the script by... Who did the script? Douglas Adams. I think the script is good, although certain things weren't very clear, like I said, about the Mentiads and their sort of, like, why they were like that. I didn't really understand that. And also bringing in that villain at the end, it just seemed a bit pointless to me. I did... Zania. I think that's her name. Zania? Yeah, Zania. I apologise if that's incorrect, but this is my first time watching the story, so I was trying to take it all in. I think her name's Zania. Yeah, she comes in the last part of the story as a villain. I mean, she's very much a part of the villains, obviously, but she comes into the forefront, sorry, at the end of the story. for the last part, whereas before she was in the background. So it would have been better just to keep her in the background, to be honest. I just didn't see the point. I just didn't think she made much of an impression. I mean, the actress tries her best, but there's just not much there. She's not that threatening, to be honest. And yeah, I just thought the captain was much more of a presence. So, and I don't know how why the captain can be controlled by her. Again, certain things didn't make sense. Again, it may just be me being stupid and not paying attention, and if so, I apologise. But again, I'm a first-time viewer. I'm not going to pick up everything straight away. But yeah, but I thought it was fun. It was fun. It was a good story. And I look forward to seeing where it's going to go further. And the direction by Pennant Roberts, I would say was good. Yeah, there's a couple of moments where it drags, but very, very little. That it's a fairly brisk watch. The slow moments really aren't that bad. It's not as slow as Invasion of Time, so that's good. So I guess I'll finish up by giving The Pirate Planet an 8 out of 10. Yeah, it's a really fun story. It's a good watch. I don't think it's anything I'd watch again anytime soon, but it's a good one. Yeah, another good story in season 16. Right, next time we move on to the 100th Doctor Who story. Woo! Which is The Stones of Blood. So that'll be interesting. I'll definitely have a drink and celebrate for that one, because that is the 100th Doctor Who review that I would have done. So, yay! Oh, God, that will be interesting. And after that, we will be pretty much halfway through season 16. So, yeah, interesting. Right. Thank you very much all for watching. Sorry about this review. This review was a little all over the place. I'm sorry. It's quite hard to review this one, actually. But please leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought. And thank you very much for watching. And stay tuned next time when we review the 100th Doctor Who story, The Stones of Blood. So until next time, folks. See you soon.